Hi, I'm Jessica Kurtz, commercial trainer with CASEIH. Today, I would like to walk you through new software features and functions for a model year 2026 and newer 2000 series planner on a Pro 1200 display. Starting with model year 2026 and newer 2000 series early riser planners, a new software version is going to be required for operation. This is specific to these planner models and is going to be different than any of the previous software versions that we have been utilizing with the early riser series. When we look at our planter universal terminal here, okay, you'll see some similarities. The overall look has not really been adjusted, but there are some unique features and functions that I'd like to point out to you here in our overview. I have my different screens that have my feedback and adjustments for my different planner systems. You'll notice here we have 6 total screens to run through. Depending on how the planner is configured, these might look a little bit different than you're seeing here, but all of your adjustments are going to be here in your universal terminal for your planter. Okay, we still also have our 3-bar menu button. When we get into the 3-bar menu button, we have these 4 different menus across the top. Okay? This menu that we're on here with the circle with the arrow is going to be your ability to reset your ECU and move to different displays if you have multiple displays in the cab. Next portion of our menu is our wrench icon. Okay? You'll notice here that we have a new option, which is going to be the planner configuration. This is something that used to be done in the planner setup wizard, but has now been moved here to our settings menu. This helps us to be able to set our planner configuration initially and then leave that set unless we make any physical changes to the planter. For example, swapping out the type of seed tubes that we have on our row units. Okay? So that is now moved here, right, and it takes some steps out of that initial planner setup wizard. Our next tab, I'd like to point out the seed meter and seed sense. This is our diagnostics tab. Okay, this has been here. This has been an existing feature. However, you'll notice that it does look a little bit different. Helps clean that up a little bit and helps us to be able to look at different features per row unit in a different way and diagnose any issues we might be having or catch any configuration errors as we go through our setup. If I come back out here to the main menu, the last portion is our caliper menu, right, which is going to be our calibrations. Okay? And these are the same as they've been previously, but like I mentioned, if you open up that planner setup wizard, you'll have a step that is missing, which is that planner configuration, which again, we've moved here to our planter setup menu. Under the planner, it has its own section. Head back out here to home. I want to point out one last piece, which is some new buttons here that we've added to our ground contact bar. Those are to help us to be able to have another visualization of our load cells and the state that they're in and be able to zero those when necessary to ensure that they are operating appropriately. So that is another new piece as well. And lastly, we have that option to have row by row flow monitoring for our liquid fertilizer. And so that will visualize here at the bottom of our screen 6 in a bar graph, as we've seen with similar to our seed population bar graph, okay, but that is also added here in our new software set. This has been an overview of the software necessary to operate model year 2026 and newer 2000 series early riser planners on a Pro 1200 display. For more information, contact your local CASEIH dealer.